We saying people, welcome back to my channel. I was on Bad Blood actually with my brother on Christmas Day, which was cool. But I got a bit too bored talking about Tottenham. So now it's time to just focus exclusively on Arsenal related content, right? So a quick episode coming at your head top before the match tonight. And for those who aren't aware, I'm going to be on AFTV tonight. So yeah, make sure to watch it. Watch the watch along. It's going to be a good one. I'll be there. So yes, let's get into it. Focusing on a few things. So it's Ipswich and then just Arsenal generally, the SAKA injury. So how am I feeling about the Ipswich match? Obviously, Liverpool won yesterday. Let's just be honest, they're the best team in Europe at the moment. Top of the Champions League, top of the league. What is it? They're how many clear? They're 6 clear of us with a game in hand. They haven't lost since September. They're moving mad, but this is not time to talk about Liverpool. The reason why I brought up Liverpool is because Arsenal have a tendency, kind of like I just did, and fans as well, being too focused on other teams. Regardless of whether Liverpool win or lose, it doesn't change the fact that we got to beat Ipswich at home. We've got to take our chances. We've got to be clinical. We've got to be professional. And that's what I want to see from the boys. You know, I was really pleased with the Crystal Palace win. I said it in the video I put out. I was really pleased with the Crystal Palace win because for the first time, we didn't have to have 8 XG just to score 2 goals. No, we were ruthless. We were clinical. We took our chances. So I'm just hopeful. I'm hopeful that we are able to do it again. And to be honest, we should. Of course, this is the Premier League. No win is a given. Rory Delap, he's going to be a nuisance for Ipswich. They've only won twice this season, but both their wins have come away from home. Last time they were in North London, they won. They took 3 points in a good performance, you know. So obviously they haven't got Sam Morsy, who got sent off against Newcastle. So that's a big blow for them, their captain. But Delap is 100% going to be a nuisance. I just know it. He's going to be a nuisance to our centre-backs. And it could be an audition for him because, honestly, I think he's a good player, in my opinion. I was talking to a friend about, I wouldn't mind Arsenal buying a player like him. But, obviously, he needs to prove himself in the Premier League. I can't get gassed off of games. But, I just think, look, Arsenal, just business as usual. Don't take Ipswich lightly. Just put your chances to bed, you know, we're going to get the chances. We're going to get the opportunities. We always fashion them. Whether they come from a set piece or they come in open play, which supposedly people say we struggle with, even though we create them, just take your chances. And I'm looking at the team in general. I think first and foremost, obviously, I will talk about the SAKA injury, but I think another big question that Arsenal fans need to be asking themselves is, should Lewis Skelly start? In my opinion, he should start because he's come in, he's performed very well. And I don't think Calafiori has a God-given right to just walk his way back into the team, even though he's fit now. I think he's got to play his way back into the team. And right now, Lewis Skelly's doing the job. So I'd hope for Lewis Skelly to start, especially because it's Ipswich at home and we've got a long January. It's Ipswich at home. This is the kind of game you want to be playing a player like Lewis Skelly to really build up his confidence, find his feet in the Premier League with the intensity and whatnot. Ricky has to earn his spot. Calafiori has to earn his spot, right? So, I think in terms of score predictions, honestly, I think I'll be disappointed if we don't beat him 3-0. This is not me being cocky. This is not me being arrogant. I think we need to... There's a thin line between arrogance and confidence. I think Arsenal should be beating them. Even with or without Saka, we should be beating Ipswich at home. I'm sorry. We should be beating them. I don't think I'm out of my mind to say that Arsenal should be beating them and should be beating them comfortably at home. Now, in terms of just Arsenal in general, obviously, Bukayo Saka, we've heard the news, he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. That's a huge blow. There's no way to sugarcoat this. I will look to find positives, the positives about the Saka injury, which there are, but it's a huge blow. Saka being injured for 6 to 8 weeks, especially with the busy January we have, is a massive, massive It's a massive blow, right? He's our best player. He's 100% Arsenal's best player, and like a player, he's world class. So losing a player of his impact for the club and just his quality in general is going to be noticeable. There's no sort of edits or fixes Arteta can do to replace Saka. That being said, there are some positives, right? Now, there's two ways you go about looking at the Saka stuff. Obviously, and Raheem Sterling is injured as well, so now we're kind of light, and apparently he's out for a while with a knee injury. So you've got two forward players that are both injured, and then that means we're only left with Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus, and Kai Havertz. Obviously, those two, Jesus and Havertz, are starters. The external solution here is bringing a forward, right? We've been linked with Matheus Cunha, who I think is a really good player. However, I think we need a player. He can play across the whole front three, but if he comes to Arsenal, he more occupies the space that Havertz is currently sitting in, that second striker role. He's more of a central guy. He's more someone that should be playing off a striker, not being the main striker or being a flanks guy. I don't really see that for him. I've heard us linked with João Pedro. A good player. I mean, he comes in, he's better than Martinelli, he's better than Trossard. Wouldn't be mad at that. But again, these are players that if we're trying to buy him, number one, I don't think Wolves sell Cunha. They're in a relegation fight. And I don't think Brighton sell us João Pedro in January. Now, Brian Mbeumo, I rate him. He's a good player. 18 months left on his deal. I would love to take him, but Brentford are notorious. Frank lets his players go, but Brentford are notorious for squeezing huge fees. And this is them just generally, right? It's like, so can you imagine them in January? Nah, man. I'd love to get an Mbeumo, but do we sign him? No, I don't think so. I would love to get an Ademola Lookman. Do we sign him? He's going to cost money. He's going to command wages. Atalanta, top of the Serie A. Do we get him? I don't think so. Mohamed Kudus, I would love him. But are we really going to spend 85 M's on him? Not this Arsenal. I mean, we bid for Mudryk in January. Let's see. I just don't see it. Nico Williams as well, 50 million release clauses, but high wages. Do we see it? I don't really see it. Another player that I would take is the Real Sociedad right winger, Takefusa Kubo. I'll take him. The guy looks good every time I watch him. But again, I'm looking to see what Arsenal will do. We're in an interesting spot. These are the external solutions we can turn to. But with all of these players, we'd still need a number 9. We'd still need a 9. But that's an external solution, buying someone. I just don't... I'll be shocked if we go for any of these players. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't see it happening. So clearly, we're going to need to find internal solutions for now. Now, what's the positive in all of this? Despite the Saka blow being huge and the fact that, look, we're going to miss him regardless of how well the team does, this could actually be the wake-up call Arteta needs to finally find other offensive solutions outside of that Bukayo Saka, Ødegaard and Ben White or Timber triangle, right? And this is actually something that could make us a lot more dynamic. I'm looking at the team. I'm thinking probably the player that fits that Saka profile, coming inside, tricky, beating these man, good left foot, is Ethan Nwaneri, right? So is he going to play there is the question. Based on what I saw against Palace, even though Ipswich would be the perfect game to platform this idea of playing Nwaneri there, knowing Arteta, he's probably going to go with Martinelli. And obviously his comments about how Martinelli is hungry to step up. I can totally see Arteta playing Martinelli on the right, playing Trossard on the left, Jesus up front, Havertz is the second striker with Ødegaard and Rice behind him. I'm not mad at that team, but I would love to see an Ethan Nwaneri. But regardless, okay, Arteta, earn your money. Show me that you're a good coach. Show me that you can put together a team that can still create chances offensively. You know, we've still got Ødegaard, right? We've still got some creativity in the team. Saka's a huge loss, but bro, show me. 2 seasons ago, we was very, very dynamic on both flanks. Show me that the team can be fluid, you know, in other areas of the pitch. So that's the only positive I'm looking at this. It actually forces us to face a truth that we've not wanted to face for like the past 3 seasons. What will the team do without Bukayo Saka? How will the team play without Bukayo Saka? We've been saying it for ages, bro. Prep that left hand side, bro. Buy someone that is obviously not as good as Saka, but someone who can rival him, someone who can push him. And Arteta's he's never done that. So now he's kind of going to get forced to do both those things, find solutions in the team to actually cope with no Saka, but also start looking at options, offensive options to bring in. So these are probably these are the positives of Saka. It's actually forcing us now to face the facts that we've not wanted to face for ages, right? And it actually ties in with the spiritual point I wanted to share for today. It's like, look, I once heard it said that beautiful beginnings are often disguised as painful endings, right? So the Saka injury is painful, right? But it could be the start of something beautiful in terms of us just finding different ways to actually hurt teams, you know, being less predictable. And it could actually be the catalyst for us actually buying a good player, a good offensive player that's going to come in and push these guys, even push Saka. You know, this is what we need. It reminds us of the scripture in the Bible, Romans 8:28, where it says, and we know that in all things, good and bad, in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, right? He works according to the good of those who love him. So God is always working in the good and in the bad. And I think this is the type of mindset that always helps me look for the positives when things are difficult, you know? And this is just the mantra for life, man. Like, it's not to say that everything is always going to go your way, but you're definitely going to have a higher quality of life if your mind is consistently searching for the positive in everything, looking for that blessing in disguise, which I think there are some with this Saka injury and just about life in general. So yeah, guys, these are my thoughts. Hopefully, you can tune into AFTV and I'll see you guys there. Hopefully, I'll be able to talk about a professional job done win after the match tonight. Look out for my post-match video. Anyways, guys, take care. Thank you so much for listening. See ya.